So, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So, guys, what a day yesterday was. Unbelievable. So, before I let you know what we're doing today, let me just give you a quick update of what happened yesterday. So, I mentioned in a previous video that I've been winning this car for this was the fourth time that this car went through, and I've actually won it twice on those 4 times, and then other people have won it on the other 2. But I've been looking at this car, and I managed to win it again. And I said to you that they won't let me have it. Well, they still won't let me have it, and they've put it back through the auction again. So next week, when it goes back through, that'll be 5th time that car has gone through the auction. Because it's just, they just won't let it go for real cheap money. They just won't do it. And it is insurance. It ain't Copart, or it ain't a private entry. It is an insurance car going through. But they just won't let it go for the money. It is silly money, I've got to be honest. Like, when I just won it, the last time I just won it, I won it for £200. So, yeah, you can understand why they don't want to let it go for that. But this is now going to be the 5th time that they've tried to put it through the auction. So I'm going to try again on Monday, see what happens. And I'll let you know if I win it again and that sort of stuff. But yesterday, I did actually win another car, which they've let me have. And again, it's something that I've never done before. It's a make that I've never done before and a model that I've never done before. So, going to be interesting to see how this one goes. I do like to step out a little bit and try something different. You know, different cars, different models, different makes and models and stuff. I just want to sort of try different bits and pieces. And then, yeah, when it turns up, I'll let you know. I'll do a video on it and I'll show you what we've got. But it's something, yeah, it's all right, you know. I think it's going to be all right. But again, very, very cheap car. I think I won it for £400. It was very, very cheap. And that's why I don't mind grabbing these cars, because I'm saving them from the breakers. You know, I'm giving them a second chance in life. As you can see on the banner there, giving cars a second chance. That's what I do. But yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great one. Anyway, today, we're going to be doing a little bit more on this. I've got the timing belt toolkit now to lock the engine up. We've also going to be putting through, do you remember the Peugeot 308, the automatic? That is going for its MOT this morning, 9 o'clock. So I think we've got a little bit of time. Let's just carry on for this for the next hour. It's about 7:45 now. So let's carry on for now. And then when I take it for the MOT, I'll get back and I'll show you the results. So let's crack on, guys. Let's do this. Right, guys, just before I set you up on the tripod, I just want to quickly show you what I've got. So this is the new locking kit that's designed for these engines. This goes from underneath and locks the flywheel, and that's how you lock the bottom end. And this one here is for that cam there, and obviously you can see that it just slots down into that groove like that and goes over that little square thing down there, and it goes into there. So that's how you lock that one in place. And then I don't actually know why you get this little key. I've tried to find out why you get it. I know what it's for, but what's the point in it? Right, it's a gauge. You know, that's what it's used for. It's a gauge to see the thickness of the belt. But I still don't know what's the point. What's the point in that? I don't understand it. But anyway, that one there, this is the other one. You lock the other cam, and that goes inside there. So we have to remove that to get that in place to lock that cam. But we can't do none of that until we get cylinder 1, which is in there, that cylinder right there. We need to get that at its highest point, top dead center, TDC, and then we can then flick those bars and lock the bottom underneath as well. So I just wanted to quickly show you that because, again, this is a new tool for me. I've only just got it, but it feels like I'll be using it more and more because this engine is used in quite a lot of cars. And you know me, guys, I always like to change the timing belts. So, yeah, you know, and don't get me wrong, it's not that bad, but it is showing signs of cracking. You can see it's just starting to show signs of cracking. So it's best to put a brand new one in. So let's get set up. Let's see what we can do just for the next hour or so before I take the Peugeot 308. That's going to the MOT centre. But let's crack on for now. Let's do this. Right, guys, there we go. It is all locked up. Bottom end is pinned. Took a little bit of fiddling that bottom end. I had to rotate the engine completely back over so that this cylinder 1 was at its highest point again. After I did that, the pin on the flywheel underneath just slotted in. We've got the top plate over here on that cam. And then we've got the back plate over here on that cam like that. I just need to do up these bolts there. But yeah, it's you know, it's all lined, it's all timed. Now we can remove the bottom crank bolt and pulley at the bottom, that one there, which is quite big. It's a massive pulley. It's got those 5 bolts. Just need to remove those first. And yeah, we're going to continue after I come back from the MOT centre, because it is time now for me to take the Peugeot to the MOT centre to see if it will pass with no advisories. That is what I'm looking for. Hopefully, guys, it will pass. So bear with me. Let me take it. I'll bring it back. I'll show you the results. Let's do this. Right, guys, I am back from the MOT centre with the Peugeot 308. Let me show you the results on that one. Again, no advisories. So there we go. Hasn't done a lot of miles between the last MOT either, really. But yeah, that's all done, MOT'd and sorted. So now we can, you know, get this outside. I'm going to give it a good clean, take some pictures and stick it up for sale. The outside, obviously, you know, we know about the outside. It's got a few bits and pieces around it and stuff, but it's not the best paintwork, but it's just going to be a cheap little run around for someone. Inside is really, really clean, so I haven't got to do much to that at all. But yeah, it's just, you know, if it helps someone out, if it gets someone by for a while, and just going to be a cheap little run around for someone. So let me get this outside. We're going to continue now with the Peugeot 2008 over there with the timing belt. We're going to get the timing belt off. Going to continue with this one. Once I get it off the belt, I'll show you the condition of the belt. I quickly want to show you the condition of the other belt, which was the auxiliary belt, which definitely needs to be changed. I've got to be honest, because it's an absolute state. Look at that, cracks all around it, and look at this part of it here. So don't know what is going on there. Something's happened there. So that's got to be changed. Here's a Dayco belt. Dayco. I don't know if that was fitted like a original out of the factory. Not sure, but we've definitely got to change that. So let's continue on this. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, do you know what? It's going pretty quick, actually. I'm quite enjoying doing this. So as you can see, the new timing belt, wet belt, is in place, the Dayco one. So that's all done. Let me show you the original one that come off. It's this here. And you can see like that it is starting to crack through. So yeah, I think these are, well, I think Peugeot are saying 40,000 miles or 6 years, whatever comes first. So it was definitely, you know, because of the mileage, it was definitely worth changing. But it's not that bad, you know, because it could have got worse and worse and worse. So it's definitely worth changing. So now the new owner's got it changed for you know, the next 6 years or 45,000 miles basically. But they're not actually a big job, and they're not expensive to change. So I wouldn't hesitate getting one of these because of, obviously, or owning one of these because of this fact. that it's, don't get me wrong, it's not good that they break down these belts, but if you maintain them, use the correct oil, maintenance is key to this. They will last what they said they should last, but you do need to change them. They do need changing. So, and then obviously the new owner can now see me doing that. I've done that. We've got a new tensioner here, so we're going to put that on. And we've got an idle pulley, and I've already changed over the gasket. This is the old one. And I've put the new one in place, ready to put the cover on, because it's quite an easy process. Peugeot have really sort of made it accessible to get in there, to get that pulley down. The tensioner goes in there, idler goes there. Yeah, so it's not that bad of a job. It's pretty good. So now I'll need to get the torque settings for putting everything back together. I'll get that from the computer. And once I've got all those torque settings sorted, I will start putting it, wrapping it back up, boxing it back up, and away we go. I have ordered some bits and pieces for this. The air filter, I've already done the oil filter and oil, but I need an air filter and also need an auxiliary belt for that one as well, because that is terrible, that one. I can't put that back. Never. It's terrible. So, yeah. Just waiting for bits and pieces to turn up. But we can continue. So I'll set you back up, guys. Now let's do the process of putting it all, back together, and lining everything up, tensioning it up as well. The tensioner has got to be tensioned up. I'll get the torque settings, like I said, for everything, and then start putting it all back together. So let's do this. Right, do you know what, guys? It is going really, really well. Everything's going back together how it should. All torqued up underneath there. So that's all done. Just got to put the new auxiliary belt in place, but everything's been done up. I think the crank bolt was 50 Newton meters plus 180 degrees. The The pulley was the tensioner, sorry, was 20 Newton meters, and the cover was 15. So yeah, that's all done. All the locking tools now have been removed. I'm turning the engine over. It's going really well. There's no friction. There's no tension here at all. So that's good. So yeah, that is that locking tool finished with for now. But definitely going to be using that again in the future. As long as the other one as well I've got down there. But yeah, I'm sure, 100% sure we'll be doing another one of these because there's quite a lot. This engine is in quite a lot of things, in Vauxhalls, Citroen DS's, Peugeot, Citroens, all the Citroens, Peugeots, Vauxhalls. It's just everywhere, this engine. So yeah, I'm sure we'll do another one day. But for now, that's it. I'm going to start boxing it all up. Everything's tight. Everything's where it should be. I have put those, there's like, so on the side of the actual engine here, you've got these two caps. There's one there and there's one here. And they're like plastic caps. And if you can see, they actually go through. But to be able to remove and fit remove the old belt and fit a new belt, you have to pass the belt through this stage here. You can't pass it through there without removing that cap, because you can see the little prongs on the inside, they stick past a little bit. So yeah, and I've just put some gasket sealer around them and plugged them in back into place. So I don't really want to run the engine, I've got to be honest, until tomorrow, because that gives it time for that gasket sealant to go off. Even though it's not like a sump where it's underneath and it's like, really, it's a lot. I might just turn the engine over just to make sure that it does run and drive, run and starts. But I'm not going to continue keeping it running because I need that gasket to go off. So yeah, but let's continue. Let's just see how far we get today. Let's box it all back up. Let's do this. Right, guys, that's it. It's all been put back together. I haven't tried this yet. I promise you, I have not tried this. So we're going to do it together. And we're just going to see, hopefully, fingers crossed, there's no issues or problems. So let's take her down. And then we're going to try and give her a big old start up. I've checked the levels. Oil's good. Everything should be where it is. Obviously, because it's a new oil filter, it's got to be run for a few minutes and then oil level checked on the dipstick again. I can't remember if I did that before I stripped it all down, so I'll just double check it afterwards. But we need to make sure that this is running. So, That started up really, really well, but it did come up with engine fault, repair needed, and engine management light is on. I've done all the sensors, haven't I? Have I plugged all the sensors in? Because that's what he'll throw it, is a sensor. Huh. Not quite sure. Maybe it just... I think we should plug her into the computer and see if I can pinpoint if I've left something off or something out. But it starts absolutely fine, straight up on the button. So nothing really to do with the timing. It's going to be something to do with a plug or a sensor or something I've unplugged and not put back together. I'm not sure really. I'll have to double check, see what's going on here. Okay, well, you know, it starts, which is what I wanted. So yeah, ticking over. There's a thing there. I don't know if that's got supposed to have a plug to it, but yeah. It sounds like a vacuum leak. Maybe it's a pipe. Maybe it's a pipe that needs to be done. Right, let me set you up. I'll plug it in. Let me see if I can pinpoint what it is. I'll have a good search around, a good look around, make sure I've not missed anything off or anything like that. But yeah, we've definitely got an issue somewhere. So let's keep going and see if we can sort it out. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, guys, let me just show you what I found and what's happened. So basically, I scanned it, and it didn't really tell me anything. It was just coming up with the normal, like, because of all these plugs are undone, they're not plugged in. So it was just telling me all that, really. Didn't really say anything about the engine. I did find a plug for that wire. Do you know that thing I pointed to just now? Look, I just found a plug for that. So that's plugged in now. Checked everything else. It all looks good. So I went back to the car and then went to start her up. So we've got no engine management light here. And the only couple of codes now we've got coming up is the ones that are for the lights on the computer. So which is just everything that's unplugged kind of thing. So you can see, look, so the lights, it's all linked to the light apart from that one, which I think, because the window's down, I think that one's that bottom one, but I think the rest of them is to do with the actual lights. But when you, let me get in. When you first start, so let me take it off. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna lock it. It's got electric folding mirrors as well. And then we're gonna go back into the, is that, oh yeah, because of the lights. We're gonna start her up, and let me show you. We're getting nothing when it comes to on the dash anymore. So I don't know what happened. I've got no idea why that just cleared itself. I've no idea. Maybe, and it's only it could be something to do with the oil pressure, because you need to, because it's been, I've stripped it all down, I've took the sump off, I've changed the oil. Maybe it's something to do with that. It needs to get a little bit of oil pressure in the system, and then maybe that was the case. But it's definitely not coming up anymore on the dash or on the computer. The computer's just telling me about the front lights and what's been disconnected on that. So I think that's it. I think we've done it. But obviously I'm going to keep checking it. I'm going to have this car for a while anyway. I'll just keep checking it, making sure it's all good. And we've still got quite a bit of work to do on the front end. But yeah, that was really weird. But I think it's got something to do with the oil pressure, and it needs to build up, and then it sort of, maybe that's the case. Don't know, because we've drained all the oil out, and it needs to get back through the system and back through the engine or whatever. But yeah, I'm a lot happier now. That's all done. All we've now got to do is put the front end back on, and I'll do bits and pieces like that. But I've run out of time today, so that's going to be the end of today's video, guys. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get on this tomorrow, because I haven't got, the next step is to get the hinges. The bonnet needs the hinges to go on, then the wing can go on, and it all can be lined up. But I haven't got those hinges yet. They haven't turned up, so I just don't know if we're going to be able to get on this tomorrow. We might have to do something else tomorrow. But for now, that's it, guys. That's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. How is it going? Or you got any questions or anything like that at all? Drop me a comment below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate all the support. And don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Let's push those subscribers up a little bit further. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.